Hello everyone, today I'd like to talk about the happiness index in South Korea and Japan. I'll explore why these two economically top-tier countries rank so low in happiness metrics, examining the causes and background. The recently released 2025 World Happiness Report reveals some truly surprising facts. South Korea ranks 33rd out of 38 OECD countries, while Japan ranks 32nd, placing them near the bottom. Score-wise, South Korea has 6.11 points and Japan has 6.09 points. In global rankings, South Korea is 58th and Japan is 55th, dropping 6 and 4 places respectively from the previous year. To understand how low these numbers are, we should compare them with top-ranking countries. Finland leads with 7.736 points, maintaining first place for 8 consecutive years. So why is there such a difference? To understand this, we first need to know the socio-cultural background of South Korea and Japan. Unlike America and Western society, South Korea and Japan have very strong collectivist cultures. What is a collectivist culture? Simply put, it's a culture that values we over I. There's a tendency to prioritize the benefits and harmony of groups like family, company, and nation over individual happiness or achievement. Let me give you an example. While Americans might think, I should do what I want to be happy, in South Korea and Japan, the idea that I should do what benefits my group, family, or company is stronger. This mindset is formed from a very young age through education and socialization processes. Take college major selection as an example. In America, many choose majors based on what I like, what I'm good at. But in countries like South Korea or Japan, it's more common to choose majors that lead to good employment or majors that parents want. People value family expectations and social success more than personal happiness. Another important characteristic is strict hierarchy. Korean and Japanese languages have complex honorific systems where different speech styles must be used depending on the other person's age or position. This isn't just a linguistic difference, but reflects the hierarchical structure of the entire society. There's a culture where younger people obey older people, and those with lower ranks obey those with higher ranks. In America, you can say, "How are you doing?" to the president like a friend. But in South Korea and Japan, you must use honorific language to older people or those with higher status. This hierarchy is deeply rooted throughout society, in schools, workplaces, and homes. This socio-cultural background leads to social pressure. It's a culture that places great importance on what will others think of me, on saving face and caring about others' perceptions. While "be yourself" is a common phrase in America, the social pressure to do as others do is stronger in South Korea and Japan. How does this socio-cultural background affect happiness scores? According to the World Happiness Report, several factors contribute to the low happiness indices in South Korea and Japan. First, economic factors. While both countries boast high GDPs, economic anxiety persists. Happiness levels are particularly low among lower income groups, signaling deepening economic inequality. In South Korea, rising housing prices, employment difficulties, and retirement insecurity add to economic stress. Japan also faces growing economic anxiety due to prolonged economic stagnation and employment instability. Second, social factors. In South Korea, 18.9% of people feel socially isolated, the fourth highest among OECD countries. Trust in others is also low, with only 32.9% of Koreans saying they trust others. Long working hours are another major issue, with both South Korea and Japan having poor work-life balance. In Japan, the culture of eating alone and drinking alone is spreading, with more people dining by themselves. According to the World Happiness Report, the frequency of sharing meals greatly affects happiness, and Japan is weakening in this area. This indicates weakening social connections in modern society. Third, mental health issues. South Korea's suicide rate is the highest among OECD countries at 27.3 per 100,000 people. Stress and depression continue to increase. Japan also faces serious social problems like hikikomori, social recluses. Many analyses suggest these mental health issues stem from structural social problems rather than individual issues. Fourth, demographic changes. Both countries are experiencing decreased social vitality due to low birth rates and aging populations. South Korea records one of the world's lowest fertility rates, while Japan has already entered a super-aged society. These demographic changes amplify anxiety about the future and reduce overall social vitality. In my personal opinion, another important factor is the comparison culture. In densely populated cultures like South Korea and Japan, the tendency to compare oneself with others seems very strong, especially in South Korea. From school days, when academic rankings are emphasized, to workplaces with constant evaluation, and even in daily life where comparison with others often becomes an important standard for self-judgment. From my perspective, this comparison culture is being intensified by the development of social media. When seeing friends who seem to live more affluent and enjoyable lives on Instagram or Facebook, people appear to feel relative deprivation and self-deprecation. I think feelings of anger and despair can grow when thinking, why didn't I get the same opportunities as a friend at my level who got lucky and is doing better? Also, in my experience, by constantly being exposed through social media and media to seemingly glamorous lives like those of celebrities or influencers, many people feel their ordinary daily lives are shabby, despite the fact that there are many more people in the world living more difficult lives than oneself. People seem to feel frustrated by comparing themselves with the seemingly perfect lives exposed through media. I think this endless comparison and relative deprivation might be one of the important factors lowering the happiness of South Koreans and Japanese people. Fifth, distrust in government and institutions. Trust in government, parliament, and media is very low. With ongoing political scandals and corruption issues in both South Korea and Japan, trust in social institutions is declining. This creates a culture of distrust throughout society and negatively impacts individual happiness. 6. Limitations on individual freedom and choice. Japan ranks very low at 64th in freedom of life choices. South Korea faces a similar situation, with social expectations and pressures often limiting individuals' free choices. This connects to the collectivist culture mentioned earlier. These factors act together to lower the happiness indices of South Korea and Japan. Despite economic success, social and mental well-being are notably failing to keep pace. There are also differences in cultural characteristics between South Korea and Japan. Koreans are generally passionate, express emotions directly, and handle tasks quickly. There's a pali-pali, quickly culture in South Korea, where everything proceeds rapidly. Japanese people, on the other hand, tend to be calm, polite, and value careful, detailed planning. In Japan, working accurately without rushing is valued. Despite these cultural differences, the fact that both countries have low happiness scores suggests that common structural social factors play a larger role. The difference between Eastern and Western perspectives on happiness is also noteworthy. The Western view of happiness emphasizes high self-esteem, personal achievement, and maximizing positive emotions, while the Eastern view emphasizes harmony in relationships, tranquility, balance, and blending into normality with others. This difference is also evident in how happiness is expressed. Westerners directly express "I am happy," while Koreans and Japanese tend to prefer more restrained expressions like "I am satisfied" or "everything is fine." According to the 2025 World Happiness Report, some signs of change are being observed in South Korea and Japan. Recent data shows that the concept of work-life balance is spreading among younger generations. This goes beyond a simple social trend and is reflected in actual survey results. There are also government-level responses. South Korea established a National Happiness Promotion Committee, and Japan appointed a minister in charge of loneliness. Measures. According to the results of a basic income experiment in Gyeonggi province, happiness increased when 24-year-olds were given $220 quarterly. World Happiness Report data suggests that specific behaviors like sharing meals, communicating with others, and charitable acts increase happiness. This objective data shows practical directions for enhancing happiness. In my personal view, it's important to recognize that there may be invisible difficulties behind what's exposed on social media and in the media. One thing to consider: if Celebrities' lives that appear glamorous on the outside are truly happy. Why do many famous Korean celebrities sometimes make extreme choices? I think they too may be experiencing pain and difficulties that we don't see. Another important point I've realized is recognizing that each of us is already living a sufficiently blessed life. Just being able to drink clean water, have a warm home, and food to eat might put us in a better situation than many people worldwide. From my perspective, knowing that many people live much more difficult lives than I do and feeling grateful for what I have now can help increase happiness. In conclusion, despite economic success, the reasons for low happiness indices in South Korea and Japan can be found in various socio-cultural factors such as collectivist culture, strict hierarchy, social pressure, and economic anxiety. However, there are also positive signs including movements for change centered on younger generations, government efforts, and utilization of cultural strengths. We can learn important lessons from this. Economic growth alone cannot guarantee happiness, and balanced social structures, individual freedom, and connections between people are necessary for true happiness. The way South Korea and Japan find balance between traditional values and modern demands is a social experiment worth global attention. What do you think? What's most important for a happy life? Have you ever felt unhappy comparing yourself with others on social media? Or do you have special methods for finding your own happiness? Please share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. If you have friends around you who are concerned about happiness, please share this video. Sharing together will give more people an opportunity to think about their own happiness. If today's video has been helpful, please like and subscribe. See you in the next video.